Alright, so in today's little video, I figured I've thought about this for a while, and I think it's time to spit my piece. So in today's little thing, because I feel like making some more content, honestly, because apparently for some reason, because of the last job I was working at that lasted approximately 2 weeks before getting terminated for the dumbest fucking shit. I've just in the habit of third shift schedule has made me want to do this. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking specifically about things that I cannot stand in GTA 5, as I do still play this game to this day. Not as much as I used to, sure, because obviously I'm not a child anymore. I don't have all the time in the world to sit on this game. But for the most part, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to explain my biggest gripes and give honest opinions as to why. So, first up on the to-do list is PvP. Now, if you've played GTA or you've played GTA for years or you know any sort of thing about PvP, there's a lot of people, myself included, who will look back at older bits and pieces of PvP because it was significantly better. There was less bullshit. There was less people constantly hiding in ghost organization and shit because they're scared of dying. And it was more of, there would actually be people that would put their foot down and, if they attack you, at least defend yourself. Not the second you show an ounce of skill, immediately leave the game because they know they're fucking screwed. Or, in most cases, start attacking you for absolutely no fucking reason, and then get extremely mad when you defend yourself, which entirely begs the question, why the fuck are you going out of your way to attack somebody, and then getting mad when they defend themselves in a game entirely, and for the most part, at least in public servers or in scenarios of missions where PvP is basically encouraged, getting mad at somebody doing what the game literally is telling them to do. Now, I know this could technically apply to me complaining about, I don't like getting, attacked in missions and shit. I am so used to that to the point where I don't even comment on it anymore or say anything or, go out of the way to say, oh, well, great, I got another griefer. I just basically tell people, hey, yo, this dude is griefing, just keep an eye out for him. That's it. Like, I don't take it to heart. I'm not fucking 12. I'm 21 years old. I'm not a child anymore. I know my voice don't sound it, but you'd be surprised. And like I say to anybody who does not believe it, not everybody has a corpse voice. Shut up. I can't help that my voice perpetually makes me sound like I'm 14, but I can assure you, when I was 14, I sounded completely fucking different. So I don't want to hear it. All right. So yeah, that's one of my biggest gripes with PvP is you'll hear a lot of people talk about like, oh, well, just use the tactics yourself, or sometimes to counteract those people, you got to play that way. And yes, to an extent that is true, but it's not exactly fun when two people are Ghost Organization completely clueless on where each other is, because now we're just playing Ring Around the Rosie for 3 minutes, and not a single kill occurs because neither of us know or have a single hint of a clue where either of us are at because we're both off the map perpetually for 2 minutes. So it just turns into a back and forth of constantly going off the map to try and jump each other, and somebody's went into a building or somebody's ran away too far and it's not effective to get there because of bad circumstances or simply just bad timing. And rinse and repeat until somebody gets a singular kill and leaves the lobby because it's so fucking boring at this stage and there is no interest in actually doing anything. Or you get a lot of people that will try to say they know this and that about PvP, or like, oh, you can't snipe somebody off the radar because, well, they're off the radar. They're not visible in game to other people's point of view, because there are genuinely some people that think just because you can use basic knowledge of the game, which, mind you, GTA is 13, my man. If you've been playing a game for more than 2 years and you don't know how the game functions, I'm pretty sure you're just raw dogging it on autopilot and you're not actually paying attention to anything that's being thrown at your screen, because how the hell do you not pick up on those cues? But to each their own, and to an extent, that's just how the game works. Another gripe that I have with GTA is in the sort of outfit creation and car creation sections of the game. Consistently for the last, I'd say, probably 2-3 years, when did the license plate creator come out? 2023? I think just before. I think it was a little after Expanded and Enhanced came out. It wasn't on release of Expanded and Enhanced, but I think it was just a little after. But point is, that happened, and anybody like me who made pretty funny plates or just enjoyed the lack of filter on the iFruit app were extremely shocked to see that there was a filter in place. In fact, a filter so heavy that it could be compared to the level of Animal Jam or even Roblox, like really young servers, amount of filtering for a license plate. Which, mind you, if you're able to come across the now extremely rare blank plate, because you can't physically obtain them legitimately anymore without, doing a glitch or something, or in this case, risking banning your account by making dirty plates in the first place, in order just to have your plate be empty, because, oh yeah, I like seeing my plate empty. I like seeing what the full plate looks like without any sort of text interfering with the screen, or, oh, I want to use a bit of vulgarity on my plate. But instead of being able to actually use vulgarity, I'm forced to look at very basic words put onto a license plate that, even at times, normal words can be misinterpreted as inappropriate, and you cannot actually put them on your vehicle. And this is just the license plate creator, and not iFruit app. iFruit app had absolutely zero filter, but in fact, how people would make blank plates is because you simply couldn't push the space bar to space text. So people realized if you put characters like an asterisk or a dash or a slash or completely different languages that the plate cannot pick up as English text, it will type it in there, but when you make the plate, it will be completely empty. There will be no text on it. Hence the name blank plate. Or if it's a specific plate, a better example would be Blankton for a blank North Yankton plate, or a Blanic for like a blank Panic plate, or a blank and yellow, which is what I would call the black and yellow plate, but as a blank. Or blank city. Like there's so many examples now of plates being empty, or plates lacking any sort of creative, pizzazz to it nowadays, and it just kind of makes you question, what the fuck is the point? What is the point in making a license plate that you think, okay, well, this would be funny to put on a car. The plate text that you have applied is inappropriate. Please try new text again. And instead it just turns into you're wasting your time. So, If you are curious as to what blank plates look like, at this moment I will put up a screen of vehicles that I have in GTA that actually do have blank plates for you to look at. To just to give you an example of what a blank plate looks like. Or even in the case of a car that I have, vulgarity. But another massive gripe that I have with GTA Online is, sure, there are a lot of customization options that you can do to vehicles. You can entirely trick out a vehicle if you wanted to, logically, and you can do some really crazy shit with this game. But there's also a lot of limitations. Some vehicles you can't even change the text of a plate. So vehicles having custom text where you can't change the actual text on the plates are automatically 15 times more valuable because of that fact alone. Or the fact that Rockstar is too busy patching merge glitches to make vehicles actually look kind of nice, or just in general trying to make vehicles obtainable in all facets. For customization, though, I could understand not wanting F1 tires on every vehicle, as, well, yeah, it doesn't make sense on paper, but it can be done. And in a game like this that is entirely based on freedom and not really being realistic in this current day and age, that is to be expected. But Rockstar adding all of these assets and shit, and basically just teasing the player with it, or teasing outfit combinations and shit, and then telling them, go fuck yourself, you can't actually wear these legitimately, it is going to inevitably build an entire community about doing these glitches to get these things in the first place. Or, what Rockstar should do is, if you have played, say, an anniversary mode like Drop Zone, for the team parachutes, whatever team color you had, you would get that outfit, as well as the full custom ability to customize it in the clothing store, as well as the parachute as an option to save onto your character. You shouldn't have to mod, quote-unquote, your character just to be able to wear glitched outfits in the game sense. Or, oh, I want to take these shoes off of a Deadline outfit and put them on this outfit because it's the same color and it matches. Okay, well, there's a few ways to do it. I could do it with Beth and I can make a full-on modded outfit, or I could do currently the shoe merge glitch in the mansion. Which, I mean, honestly, that is kind of helpful because you can put shoes that typically would not be able to put on anything else. So it's actually interesting. But at the same fucking time, there's so many cases of people having, you know, all this other shit, and it begs the question, why are we so worried about these small little minute details of, oh, let's not allow somebody to have a completely empty license plate in a game that doesn't at all follow realism in this current day and age, and it makes no sense to have it follow a sort of realism. So let's just give the players exactly what they've been asking for the last 10 fucking years, and give them the sort of freedom that they had in the early days of the game, or just in general, were able to do things. Instead, we're given the total fucking opposite, and we're basically just told to suck it up and deal with it, and constantly find new workarounds to do shit, or we get so fucking lazy that we do the same fucking shit that is tedious for a good chunk of people trying to just harmlessly make good combinations of vehicles and shit, because, yes. I.e., currently, for, at this point, I'm going to say almost 2 years, for car-to-car merge glitches, people have, instead of trying to find solo glitches, are just learning to do this one fucking glitch because Rockstar can't seem to figure out how to stop scratching their head and patch this specific glitch that, to people like me, who are just tired of having to do... Would you mind shutting up? I completely lost track of what I was saying. Oh yeah. Why don't Rockstar take the time out of their day to stop scratching their heads and actually go and fix this specific merge glitch so it forces people to either find easier to do merge glitches for the entire community, or Rockstar, stop patching these fucking glitches and just let people put Benny wheels, for fuck's sakes, on any vehicle. Benny wheels do not cause massive offset on vehicles like F1 tires tend to, and at the same time, Benny wheels can be applied to every vehicle. If you've ever gone onto the Los Santos Customs application on iFruit, or just even in online, and you've driven a vehicle at Benny Wheels, it will literally tell you what the Benny Wheels name is, even if it's a modded vehicle. So it's clearly possible, but instead of Rockstar basically saying, let's give the players the ability, similar to how they added a bunch of missile lock-on jammers to other vehicles, instead, let's just do that, but let's not give people what a lot of people have been asking for probably a decade at times. a better license plate creation system that isn't shitty. Allow players who have owned vehicles with special plates, including Yanktons, to be able to put these plates on any vehicle so that it removes the sense of modded vehicles and makes vehicles have more uniqueness to them, and you can actually apply more story to them instead of just having to do the same shit. Now, I wouldn't say, give players the ability to own a Yankton plate, just by owning a vehicle with a Yankton plate, because that really doesn't make sense. But for the Chop Shop, where they added a bunch of these new license plates that are completely unlockable if they are a claimable vehicle from the Chop Shop itself, begs the question, why can you only use that plate on that vehicle one time and whenever it's equipped? And as soon as you take it off, it's gone forever. Why even make that a rule set in the game when you could just, alright, well, this player has now claimed a vehicle from the game with this license plate. Let's give that player the ability to put that license plate on every vehicle instead of forcing them to get claimable vehicles, which basically just encourages them to get modded vehicles with these plates because they're still technically modded fucking components. Or, in the most case senses, why don't we just allow players to modify vehicles however the fuck we want? If you're gonna take stuff from Midnight Club and refuse to let players do it, there's a few suggestions. For putting Benny wheels on any vehicle, you should be able to take any vehicle, and examples could include a Karen Rebel, or the Rusty Rebel, since it does actually have, customization to it. You could drive it into Benny's, and there will be the normal Los Santos custom selection, but there will be Benny's wheel upgrade. And basically what this does is, instead of it being upgraded to like a separate custom vehicle or something, it will just do sort of what it does with HSW, where it puts you through a little customization screen. And now when you go into your wheels, you'll have the option for Benny's original and Benny's bi-spoke wheels. Same fucking price as usual. You just pay a tiny, probably almost 100K fee per car, or maybe exactly 100K, because the wheels are already extremely fucking expensive to begin with. And you can now take the Lick Lick Benny wheels, for example, and put them on any vehicle that has that upgrade applied. No need to add a logo or anything exclusive to it. Just allow players to take any vehicle to Benny's and do that. What that will do is that will completely cut off players wanting to mod a vehicle to put Benny wheels on a car, because they can just go to Los Santos, they can go to Benny's Original Motorworks and do it themselves. They don't need to mod a vehicle anymore. It makes perfect fucking sense on paper. It saves so much fucking hassle for Rockstar, so they can focus on patching money glitches and apparently telescope glitches and shit, because those are apparently so bad to the game, which just begs the question, why restrict player customization so fucking much to the point where you can only put basic shit on your character and basically just promote people to go buy modded accounts with all these components and shit applied, because you can't do it legitimately without doing a glitch that they can just inevitably patch later down the line and do some dumb shit like that. And it's even more ironic that the telescope glitch has gotten patched when Rockstar developers, people that straight up are responsible for patching shit, are using the telescope glitch and some of these really basic outfit glitches to make outfits that they wouldn't normally be able to make. The irony is not lost when a Rockstar employee is doing the exact shit you want fucking patched so that your shareholders at Take-Two feel better. Now, I know saying that, Take-Two might just try to shoot me in the face because I called out their bullshit. But I call out bullshit regardless. And I think a lot of corporations need to stop trying to shove shit down our throat that we don't fucking want. If you're going to listen to the community, actually listen to the community. We have been asking for you guys to do a bunch of basic fucking shit that inherently would take you a week to do effectively and correctly, and you won't even give us the time of day to do it. Instead, you'll just give us a bunch of random meaningless shit that we don't want, And most likely, a lot of these features that we have in GTA 5 will either not be present on launch of GTA 6, or in the case of online, or whatever their 5M alternative is going to be. Because I know it's called Rome, but I don't know how it's going to be. I don't know how it's going to function. I don't know if it's going to be like how 5M is, where you get like a menu where you can like fully customize a character, or if they're going to do it exactly like how GTA 5. Why is it every time I go to film a fucking video, or just to record some background audio so that I can layer it on top of something, somebody has to make so much noise and just fucking ruin my audio? Shut up. Stop dropping shit. Or I'll get louder just to spite you. Holy shit. I might even just leave this in, just to show what I go through every time I'm trying to make a fucking video, dude. I am just trying to record a video and, you know, get some GTA clips and shit for examples of stuff. But, like, holy fucking shit, dude. The irony isn't lost. But yeah, as I was trying to say and was rudely interrupted. Actually, I kind of did lose track of what I was saying, but I know it has something to do with Rockstar and their questionable decisions to counteract player freedom. But even then, I could just go on about that. Like, player freedom in a sense is extremely limited in this game. But yeah, for Rome, I think it's going to turn into, what we're going to get is, we're going to get a very watered down version of how like vMenu works in 5M, or a lot of the, you know, basic functionality menus that allow you to spawn a car instantaneously, customize that car on the fly, and then save it as a vehicle separately, and, you know, keep it exclusive to that game mode and not, you know, the actual vanilla game, or shit like that. I feel like instead of them doing that, which would be the you know, the rational decision, because they did acquire 5M and started to water it down heavily, I think in most cases what they are going to try to do is they are just going to try to interfere with what players have been doing in the first place for, at times, over a decade, in favor of just making shareholders happy. It is ironically on the same level as Roblox removing all 2D faces in favor of ugly dynamic heads, because, oh, we gotta make the game more realistic, because David Baszucki is a fucking brain-dead troglodyte. But it's, in this case, it's Rockstar Games that doesn't actually know how to listen to the community feedback, and is too busy worried about patching harmless glitches that do nothing to the game, but will allow God Mode to exist infinitely for years at a time, and then finally go in and patch it after people have screamed at them for half a fucking decade to patch this one glitch that is interfering with functionality of the game. But instead of, you know, going out of their way to patch a good chunk of God Mode glitches, they really only went around and patched God Mode glitches that either most players had completely forgot about, or don't use anymore, in favor of simply easier ones or more effective ones that have you off the map, completely invisible, or other miscellaneous shit that makes the game even more unplayable. And at the same time, they'll add all these different vehicles that make the game significantly easier to grief, because it encourages shark card sales, instead of actually giving vehicles in the game that people want to see. The addition of the Oppressor Mark 1, 2, Deluxo, Scramjet, Stromberg, Deluxe, or I say Deluxo, Vigilante, Ruiner 2000 and shit, all these vehicles with super crazy fucking missiles. The Mark II did count, but it did get nerfed. And add all these fucking vehicles, add counters to them, which just creates another breed of griefers and shitty people who are trying to have some sort of defense, but in the process become griefers themselves because they get bored and the game is not enticing, and the game has become extremely brain rotted, where everybody is using the Oppressor Mark II and nobody is actually, you know, on the ground driving very much. It's more or less people are too busy doing car drops and shit because they would rather do that than get constantly griefed in a session. So it's just easier to get, 200 Sentinels that all sell for $1 million each and have about, like, I don't know, 70 mil just lying in their ass because, yeah, there is literally nothing else to do in this game, and there is no point going out of your way to grind when the game exclusively screws you over for the express purpose of screwing you over, because Rockstar doesn't want you to effectively make money. So why the fuck make, systems that make it effective for grinding if you're just going to make it tedious for people who don't actually have competence or understand the fucking game? So that's another gripe that I can't fucking stand. On top of that, in terms of the sort of,
fucking come
I guess
on,
you could
man.
say, gameplay ability, GTA has become more and more broken. Game is becoming less and less functional because of all the DLCs that have been added, and they're not really trying to fix anything because unless they do it themselves and actually trigger the glitches in the first place, they will never go out of their way to fix them because, again, they don't really listen to the community at all. So they're not really gonna know if sometimes randomly, and this happened for a long time, I don't think it does anymore, but for a while when Expanded first came out, unless you were playing on Fidelity, which turned out to not make a difference, what the fuck, dude, shut up, holy shit. Approximately for about 2 hours to 3 hours during playtime, your controller would just stop responding, at least in game. You could you could still open your dashboard and everything on your console, but you physically could not play the game anymore. You'd have to physically close out the application and quit it so that you could actually be able to play the game, and then it would do it again. For a while, at least for me, the counter was to use a wired controller, where I guess this sort of disconnect can't really happen, but even then, sometimes it has happened, so I don't know. But it was always so random. You would always be chilling, or you'd be in the process of doing something, and your entire controls are stripped from you, and there is nothing you can do about it. Quit the game. It feels like Rockstar added that as sort of a failsafe for players to stop playing the game, but it's quite literally an average playtime for most players, maybe 1 to 2 hours. So basically what they're saying is stop playing our game, but also buy shark cards and spend more time on our game, causing issues for other players. So it's like, well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to get off the game, or do you want me to spend all of my time in front of the TV? Like, make up your mind. Do you want me to play the game, or do you want me to fuck off and stop playing it? The irony definitely isn't lost, but at the same time, the fact that they're just kind of letting this shit happen is so weird. It makes no sense, and I don't understand it. And finally, and this kind of ties into sort of the limitation aspect of Grand Theft Auto 5, outfits. For the longest time, outfits, modded or not modded, were pretty customizable. You were actually able to do quite a lot at times with in-game outfits in GTA 5. You were able to put helmets and masks and glasses on and make some really cool combinations. Or maybe you wanted to put a funny, like an animal mask under a helmet or something. And in the case of, like, YouTuber I Am Wildcat, with his signature and now persona of his channel, was literally a GTA character with a open white biker helmet and a pig mask, where his ears were clipping out of the pig mask because there wasn't separate designs of those masks with a helmet on, which got patched out, and then people figured out you had to do a glitch in order to wear that, which defeats the purpose of, player freedom in the sense of creating outfits. Again, in a game that is entirely meant to be, when the game first started, it wasn't meant to be realistic, but that is something you can do in real life. You can put a fucking pig mask on and put a helmet over top of it. Yeah, the ears won't clip out of it, but the fucking mask will still be there. It's not going to suddenly just despawn from the world, just poof, and it's gone. That's just not how it works. So it doesn't make sense to 80% of the player base when that happened that, oh shit, My cosmetic that I was wearing literally on my face is now gone because I put a hat on to give it a little more pizzazz and give my character a little more freedom and a little more style to it, so I don't just look like a copy and paste player in a fucking public session. Because, in fact, that's what a lot of people were using this for, was just to look different from everybody else in a public session. It was not to break the game or make the game unplayable. And ironically, this is another thing I've seen. So I saw a post from a YouTuber I watched. I think it's Avion Sergil. Until recently, I didn't even know this person was a she. I just assumed it was like a they them or something, and they were still in the process of finding it out. But once I started seeing the trans flag and everything, and I was like, not gonna question it. They're a furry. I mean, there's a joke written there, but I'm not going to say shit because I have no grounds to speak. But I was like, all right, well, now I at least know what to call you in terms of, classification. She claims that Take-Two Interactive is, striking videos for doing glitches and shit. Which, if that was the case, why are, your glitch videos still, public? Or why has this never happened to anybody else? I'll fucking tell you. Because Take-Two doesn't take people's shit down. If someone is emailing you and they're claiming that they are Take-Two and they will take you to court because you are doing video glitches in GTA Online, it is probably some dumb tryhard that found your fucking email and sent you an email on a complete burner email that looks like Take-Two Interactive and just basically said, hey, this is Take-Two. We're going to be copyright striking your channel, which is abusement of the copyright strike system, which is completely against terms of service. You can be banned for it. YouTube doesn't really enforce it, but it's still, fair game to say that shit. And, yeah. So, in the process of that whole thing, it turns into, why would Take-Two go out of their way to copyright strike or take down a video, in most cases, which are just outfit glitches or harmless glitches in the game that are not being used maliciously or anything of such? I'll tell you, because Take-Two doesn't take down people's fucking videos. If that was the case, an older channel of mine, which primarily made Feral Frenzy Enjoyers outfits known to the public and made so many outfits that you see on GTA avatars common fucking place, would not exist because Take-Two would have taken down those videos days after I posted them. But because that's never fucking happened, I immediately went into the comment section and I said, if Take-Two is actually going out of their way to, copyright strike you or try to claim your videos and, not realize that this is entirely fair use, then you are either completely brain dead and you don't realize that Take-Two physically cannot do that. Your videos are entirely under fair use. They are not breaking any sort of terms of service by YouTube's guidelines at all. And that's stayed true for over a decade. So either Take-Two has suddenly decided, because of GTA 6 being right around the corner and they're about to start marketing for GTA 6, blah, 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 shut up anybody in the comments about, it's going to get delayed again. It's not, all right? If they're going to start marketing, that is your ticket to know, all right, it is coming out this year. That delay is the final fucking delay. Will I be playing GTA 6 when it comes out? I don't know. Maybe I'll be working again and I won't physically be able to play the game the second it comes out. Or maybe something else will happen. Maybe my channel will actually, get some traction and I'll be gripping on the street and I'll be able to do this full time. Which, I'm just kind of posting whatever. And that's what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I want to get on my fucking channel here. And I want to say shit. I want to play the games I want to. I don't want to do all these gay-ass trends and all these stupid fucking things for fucking clout. I am a realist. I'm not a clout chaser, all right? I've never been into chasing clout, and I've never understood that sort of hustle, because it's not a hustle. It's a fake fucking hustle, and it's a damn shame that people go towards this shit. But I'll tell you why people do it. It's ego. It's not any sort of logic. But enough getting sidetracked. Back to the Take-Two thing. So yeah, to Avon Sergil, if you are actually being taken down by Take-Two, then this video would be taken down for showing modded cars in GTA 5, or modded outfits, or characters with fast run, etc., or your character being level 2000, or all your glitched outfits, or all your glitched videos, or, you know, all that other fucking shit, or whatever, right? That's what would happen if that was the case. Well, since none of that has happened, it's a pretty big and obvious flag that this shit is not true, and it is somebody, most likely a 13-year-old or a really, really, really fat incel in their 20s, 30s, going into your email and saying, actually, we're Take-Two Interactive, and we're gonna be copyright striking your video because it infringes on our guidelines. Our guidelines, which perfectly have stated multiple times, even by our own fucking people, that we do not go after GTA glitchers, nor do we care. It is a video game. It is not real life. It is not infringing on copyright. Players are allowed to do whatever they want with their copy of GTA Online, and if that's glitching out their game entirely, then that is up to them. It is not our choice. It is not our job to enforce that rule. So, no, you are not being copyright claimed by Take-Two Interactive, because every fucking GTA YouTuber would not exist. I'll tell you that right now. Every GTA YouTuber would not fucking exist, okay? It wouldn't. It wouldn't. Only a small, minute minority would exist, because that is what Take-Two would want. And what would that be? Soulless cash cows that actually don't give a shit about the game and just play the game to suck off Daddy Rockstar. The Professional is a case of somebody that would be removed. Any PvP YouTuber would be removed. Any glitcher would be removed. Anybody who shows off how to do the most effective tips and tricks for the game would be subsequently removed. Everybody apart from fucking dick suckers and bootlickers would be the only things you'd see on YouTube. And the reason that hasn't happened is because Take-Two is not trying to cut off 100% of the game fucking content sphere just because one person who happens to be a furry and is a trans woman made a few videos about doing glitches and shit or whatnot. Because if that was the case, my old channel that I had entirely dedicated to how to make modded cars, or how to do the Beth glitch, or how to do, you know, car-to-car merge glitch, or how to do outfit glitches, or how to give your character fast run permanently, this and that, it wouldn't fucking exist, alright? It wouldn't have gotten past 500 subscribers because the ninjas of fucking Take-Two Interactive would have murdered me instantaneously. But that never happened because that's not how their company works. It's not how their motto functions. It's not what they do as a company. That's just not how they function. So, hearing that makes me want to throw myself off of a fucking building because I can just tell instantaneously how fucking stupid you are. And that there is not a single brain cell running through your body. Now, there's no diss to Avon Sergil. I have been in sessions with the dude. I have not even realized it, and unironically gotten into random sessions when she is not filming a video or something on accounts like Feral Frenzy Enjoyer and shit, and she probably had no idea I was in there, just like I had no idea she was in there. Like, yeah, that's probably happened multiple times, and I've had no idea, and she's had no idea. And is that a problem? No. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want people coming in my fucking DMs and shit trying to say all that shit, because it doesn't make sense and it doesn't check out. So I don't really know why I've been hearing this. I don't honestly have an answer, and I don't think I will at this stage. But when I heard about, oh, well, I'm being copyright claimed for making glitch videos. So for further notice, I will not be making glitch videos from this day forward. I basically just groaned audibly and said, "Oh my god, we got another fucking idiot that I'm gonna have to probably, get bigger people to literally talk about because I don't have enough of a voice right now and I'll be screaming into the air." But it's getting to a point where I am genuinely starting to believe that people are just this fucking dumb and they're not gonna use their brain. They would rather use anything but their fucking brain. And that's a problem. It is. I know it doesn't sound like it's a problem, but you would be surprised how much of a problem it fucking is. So, for that point, that's taken care of. Back to what I was originally going to talk about, but it just kind of, diverged into that because she makes outfit glitches and shit. But yeah, the limitations of outfits have been extremely sporadic. Sometimes you can do, glitches that make some pretty cool combos. And sometimes you are literally just stuck to wearing a t-shirt, basic pants, boots you can't even put on because you gotta wear shoes, and you can only put one hat on at a time because you can't put a mask under that because that doesn't make any fucking sense. To the game, at least, and you can't fucking do that. Even though, quite literally, if you go into the character settings in a game like 5M or something and just go raw off of vanilla GTA settings, you can put 4 accessories on your head at a time. So I'm not entirely sure where this whole you are only allowed to have one cosmetic on your character's face at a time unless it's glasses and a hat because those don't clash with each other. It's not how it works, Rockstar. I could right now, I don't have a ski mask on me, but I could put a ski mask on, put my glasses over top of it, and put my hat on top of the fucking ski mask. And, on top of that, put a hoodie on and put my hood up, and guess what? It's gonna stay on my fucking face, because I'm not a damn game that follows some sort of rule set that doesn't fucking exist. So yeah, that's one big gripe that I can't stand with that sort of issue on GTA. But another one, and this one grinds my gears, man. It is the overabundance of clothing and apparel that looks like shit. Alright, I'm going to be completely honest with you. There are so many pieces of clothing in this fucking game nowadays that you can just classify as dog shit slop because it does not seem like they are even trying anymore. They are just putting a flat PNG on a shirt and going, yeah, that's good enough. We have, 50 other fucking shirts that look like this. But yeah, that works. That'll do. Yeah, that's good enough. And it's just so dumb to me because it's just like, what the fuck are we seriously doing? What are we doing, dude? This is what we're doing. We're putting, let's put fat chips on a black t-shirt and give it to every player for logging in. Yeah, like you haven't done that with literally 200 other pieces of apparel. Alright. Why don't you give us something unique? Or, let us do the fucking combinations we've been able to do with glitches for the last decade. For example, on female characters, for the longest time, and even in earlier cases of GTA, you were able to put the topless glitch on any character. And, for the most part, straight up, full fucking send, be able to put that shit on a character, keep it on a character, and then, on top of that, the nipple shell when you're topless, and still put other shit over top of it. Nowadays, you can't even do that. You can't even get close to doing that because Rockstar refuses to let you do that. And it's like, well, for one, the game is made for adults. Yeah, adults. It's not made for children. If you're letting your child on Grand Theft Auto 5, I think you have a problem that needs to be addressed. Alright? I'm gonna be completely fucking honest with you. You should probably watch what your kid's fucking doing. Because this kid is probably in a bunch of Discord servers where he can easily access e-sex or adult content or things that he or she definitely should not be fucking looking at. But yeah, so that is my rant over. I think I'm going to stop it here because honestly, I've said what I wanted to say, and I've gotten it out the way. So I'm kind of happy with what I've got. So I'm just gonna go from there. But yeah. So that was sort of my rant on things I can't stand in GTA Online. Fuck off.